solving equations. And these, of course, are all x as to the first power, nothing squared or absolute values or anything. We'll save that for another day. Now remember, just super fast, we'll do one of each of the basics. Just to go way back. Remember, on any equation, your point is you have to get the variable by itself, and to do so, you need to do the inverse operation. So if it's adding, then you need to multiply. If it's, adding, you need to subtract. Multiply, divide, multiply, and subtract, add. So like if I wanted to move the 8, all you would have to do is, the opposite is to subtract it. If you do it to one side, you got to do it to the other. X equals 2. Subtracting 3, so add 3. X equals 14. Multiplying by 5, so divide by 5. X equals 4. Dividing by 3, so multiplying by 3. 27. So that's basically one-steppers. Most of the time, we don't stay on those very long at all. That's more pre-algebra. What we do is, moving up, let's say something like this, two-steppers, where if you want to solve for x, you've got to get this term all by itself. So subtract the 4. 2x equals 20. Divide by 2. X is 10. Even if I had something like x over negative 4 minus 1 equals 6. Same thing, you want to get this expression by itself. Add the 1. So x over negative 4 equals 7. Then the opposite of dividing, multiply. Negative 28. You can even do it to where you have variables on both sides. Let's say I had 2x minus 10 equals x plus 19. First, what I do is get the x's together. You don't always have to bring it to the left, but generally I do. It just looks more normal, but you can actually go either way. So it's positive x, so you want to subtract x from both sides. X minus 10 equals 19. Inverse, add the 10, 29. Let's say you even, like this. You still can bring the 8x to the left if you want, or you could even bring the 3x to the right. If you brought it to the left, negative 5x plus 4 equals negative 11. Subtract the 4. Negative 5x is negative 15. Divide by negative 5, positive 3. So that would work too. Now, if you wanted, just to show you that it could be done the other way, if you wanted to subtract the 3x, you could. So 5x minus 11 equals 4. Add the 11. So 15 equals 5x. So still, when you divide by 5, x is still equal to 3, but for some people, working with the variable on the right just looks weird. And since it doesn't matter, whatever you would like to do. Let's throw in some parentheses in there. Let me get this lined up. Like let's say 4 times 3x minus 1 plus 7 equals, 10. So if you distribute the 4, 12x minus 4 plus 7 equals 10. Add all like terms on the either side. Now remember, as long as you're not moving across the equal sign, you do not do the opposite. So that would be negative 4 and 7, or positive 3, equals 10. So subtract the 3. 12x equals 7. Divide by 12. 7 over 12. Let's say I even have 5 times 2x plus 3, 6 times x minus, I don't know, 4 equals, let's just go all out, 7x plus 12. Now the first one distributing, not too bad, 10x plus 15. However, this one with a negative, if you're going to make a mistake, guaranteed it's probably going to be right here. So distribute the negative 6 to both of them. So negative 6x plus 24. And then remember, as long as you're on the same side, you do not do the opposite. So that would be 4x plus 39. And now when you're going to start moving across, now is where you do the opposite. Subtract the 7x, so negative 3x. You could go ahead and subtract the 39, but I don't want to lose anybody, so I'll just rewrite it. So negative 3x, oh, look at there, negative 27, positive 9. I did come up with a pretty one by just randomness. Pretty neat, pretty neat. Okay, let's throw a decimal or fraction in there. Let's say I did 0.2 times 5x minus 8 plus 0.3x equals 0.4 times, I don't know, x plus 7. Well, you could distribute with the decimals, do it all that way. And I know if you got your calculators, it's not that big of a deal. But you know me, I don't like to use calculators unless I have to, just because it's easier to do it in my head and by hand. But you could get rid of all the decimals by, if you, in a sense, multiplied everything by 10, every term, or that's going to move the decimal places 1. And the reason why you don't move those is because those two things are being multiplied. So like if I did 2 times x plus y, that's not, if I wanted to multiply by 10, that's 20x plus 20y. It's not 20, 10x, 10y, as far as you don't distribute the 10 to everything, and then you don't double distribute, in other words. I think I made that more complicated than it needs to be. But anyway, just move the decimal one place over. So now distribute 10x minus 16 plus 3x, 4x plus 28. Same side, so no opposites. 13x minus 16. Now we're doing opposite because we're moving across the equal sign. Same thing, if you want to show that step, you can. Add the 16. So 9x, 44. Looks like it can reduce, but it can't. 44 over 9. Last but not least, let's work a fraction. Let's say it's x over 5 plus x minus 1 over 2 equals 7. Well, notice how in this case, the same principle, multiplying everything by 10, you can multiply, since that's over and understood 1, you can multiply every single thing by the smallest thing 5, 2, and 1 go into, which is 10. So 5 goes into 10, 2. So 2 times x. 2 goes into 10, 5. So 5x minus 5 equals 10 times 7, 70. So 7x minus 5 equals 75. Add the 5. 7x is 80. 80 over 7. You also can deal with fractions. Last one, if it's something like, let's say, a half times 10x minus 6 plus 2 times 5x plus 3 equals 1/3 times, I don't know, 2x minus 1. If you have something like this, it's the same principle. 2 is over and understood 1. So what's the smallest thing that 2, 1, and 3 go into? And yep, it's 6. So same premise. 2 goes into 6 3 times. So distribute. 30x minus 18. Plus 1 goes into 6, of course 6. So that would be 12, 6 times 2, 12 times everything. So 60x plus 36. 3 goes into 6, 2. So 4x minus 2. And you can definitely tell I made this one up. 90x minus plus 18. 4x minus 2. Bring over the x's. So 86x. Subtract the 18. Well, it's not going to come out even, but we'll be able to reduce it. Negative 20 over 86. Well, we know 2 goes in there. It's about as low as we can go. Yep, so that's a messy fraction one if you ever had to deal with it. Hope this was of help to you. Have a great day.